Hey YouTube, I'm doing another video today, and this time it's with Anthony Mackie, who's playing Captain America right now in Brave New World. And he's on this podcast. It's called the Pivot, I believe. And he's talking about fatherhood and raising his sons, and how he said his sons never owned a pair of Air Jordan sneakers. My thumbnail, has Anthony in a pair of Air Jordan 1s. So he's probably talking maybe after the fact. I don't know how old his sons are now. And you see my title about my sons never owned a pair of Air Jordans, quoting Anthony Mackie. And he's just talking about fatherhood and what's going on with it and how he has raised his sons. And so I'm going to play the clip on here from this other creator's channel. This is called the Zoe What Show. If you guys want to subscribe to Zoe and my channel as well, I'm going to give him credit. He's got the whole video from the Jasmine brand cut down perfectly, so it's got everything that needs to be in there. And so, again, that's the Zoe What Show. And we're playing it from his YouTube channel, YouTube Fair Use, Fair Use. Here we go.
I keep my boys humble. Like, my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. You know, my boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like your kids. And no, I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he's going to straighten the other ones out. So it's just that thing of, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities, for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however you feel about that, you feel about that. Right. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open the door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you're the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night. This alarm is on. You text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, climb through the window, that money means nothing.
Right.
You can have all the celebrity in the world, you jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing.
Yeah.
So you got to have a little guard in there, you know. And so for me, it's always that idea of American masculinity is very different.
Hold up, limitless, biggest in the cap, pinning it. I thought the head.
All right, so there you all have it. And, that's Anthony's take on fatherhood, how he's raising his sons, very respectful, and where he feels that there is no more masculinity in the United States and communities, things like that. And so where do you all stand on that? Is he right? Is men not being raised properly, or boys not being raised properly into manhood? Is something kind of cutting away from that he doesn't feel that masculinity is still there? As he says, his sons, they're very respectful. He's raising them different. He wants to make sure they respect their mother and hold the door for ladies. And so, he's really, that's his focus, to make them be grown men who are accountable, respectful, and productive in this world. So, he said a lot of good things there. Some people may hold on to my sons never had a pair of Air Jordans comment from, the money that he's made in the industry. I'm sure he can afford them, but maybe he just wants his sons to work for those type of sneakers. An Air Jordan sneaker at this point is at least $200 plus tax, men's size. And so maybe that's part of how he's trying to raise them and to be appreciative. They don't have to work for it and get their own sneakers or anything else. Anthony's made quite a few films, so he's got the cash to buy some sneakers, but the way he's raising his sons and fatherhood and masculinity. I think he's trying to send a different message there. And that's, why his sons never owned a pair of Air Jordans. And, he raising his sons to be the protector. Like he said, when he's out probably on set acting, he's probably out of the state. He has his son there protecting and making sure everything is locked up at home. Because when he's not there to be the man, then his son has to be the man and then grow up and be that type of man. So I think he said some really good things. And yeah, the Pivot podcast, those guys, they were in agreement with him. They have a lot of different people on their YouTube channel as well. You all can subscribe to them. Since they have the original content, this is on their channel. And so, they've had different, other known people on their podcast. So, it's a lot longer than this. I think it's 1 hour, 6 minutes. I just wanted to focus on this clip here and, what you guys may think of it. He talks about death of the American male. That's his, opinion on what's going on with masculinity, that I guess men just can't be men at this point. I don't know how the men listening and the ladies feel about that in terms of, raising your son to be a strong man. Is this accurate? Anthony Mackie is saying it's the death of the American male. Is that true? Is that how you all are saying it? And if that is the case, and you do have sons that you're raising right now, for who's listening to this video, are you doing the best you can to try and make sure that your son is raised to be intelligent, to be masculine, to be respectful, and to take care of business? Do you think that it's harder to do it right now in 2025, raising a boy to be a man? And if so, what do you think is in the way? Is it the music? Is it the movies? Do you think so much is being pushed from the media that's making boys maybe be more feminine, or whatever the case may be, that actor Anthony Mackie is making these type of comments in terms of masculinity not being in the communities anymore? So, it's definitely food for thought. I don't have any sons to raise, and so I can't speak on it from Anthony's perspective, but I'm sure fathers and mothers can too, in terms of, if the father isn't around and it's just mom, and if she thinks she's going to have a hard time raising her son to be a man, So, so it's a lot of pressure out here to be, when it comes to parenting and, trying to make sure you get everything done right, and how you just have to try and protect your child from so much out here and what they're being exposed to, because it will shape your sons and your daughters in terms of how they grow up and the type of adults they'll be. So from what Anthony just said, I think it's great foundation, the words that he's saying, to raise a son up like that, and then just see what type of men they turn out to be. I mean, you see how Anthony has turned out. So, his actions seem to be on point. And, hopefully his sons are the same way as him as they get older. But he's definitely has already planted the seeds at this point, and he wants to make sure that, his sons become strong, masculine men, So, I agree with him on, what he's about, being respectful, holding the doors for ladies, that's all good. And so, we have to be strong parents in general, I think. Strong mothers, strong fathers, and, bring that parental unit together. So, we have, raise our daughters into, respectable women, and we raise our sons into respectable men. It's definitely needed. And you have to fight against so much out here with the programming that comes from what's on TV, what's in the movies, what's on commercials, what's on the radio, what's on the internet, and what's in the music, who you're listening to, the words, the lyrics. everything that you're feeding yourself on a mental level that will really shape who you are and who you're going to be. Is there an attack on masculinity? Do you all think that, where a man can't be a man? Do you all think that may be the case? This interview that Anthony did it not too long ago. I think it was last week on the Pivot podcast. But yeah, it's definitely getting traction just based on the comments that he made. He didn't say anything crazy or anything like that. But I think a lot of people may be in agreement with him, especially other men, other fathers who hear that. So, he's got his head on straight in terms of being a parent. And you definitely have to have it on straight as a mother and a father in 2025. You most definitely do. You let your child get lost out here in this world, it will drown you. It will drown them. It'll drown you. Straight drown you. And just trying to make sure your children keep their head above water. And, that comes with the foundation and just standing on, your business and how you want to raise them and putting those values, instilling them into your sons and your daughters right now, because they are going to need it. So if you all want to check out the entire interview, head over to The Pivot on YouTube. Those guys do good work over there. Subscribe to them. Subscribe to the So What Show. Subscribe to my channel, Facts or Feelings. I just wanted to react to it and see what you all think as well with the comments and things of that nature, especially if you are a parent and you have a son, especially if you are a father specifically. Mothers can chime in too, but he's saying this from a father, a man's perspective. So, both there. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about what Anthony said. Do you agree? Do you disagree about masculinity not being there anymore? Is it gone? Is it still here? Is it alive and well in your home? So, yeah. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Like, share, and subscribe as always to Facts or Feelings. That's all one word, no spaces. Put that in the YouTube search, Facts or Feelings, no spaces, and my channel comes right up, sorry. But that's about it for now. I'll be back with another video. And what do you guys think about Anthony Mackie? I'm out.